Hello friends, today is January 27th, 2026. Let's talk about all the recent video game news from the perspective of an industry insider. Let's start with, unfortunately, more layoffs. This time at Meta, specifically in the gaming division. According to recent reports, the giant conglomerate decided to shut down 3 VR studios. Asgard's Wrath developer Sanzara Games, Deadpool VR developer Twisted Pixel Games, and Resident Evil 4 VR developer Armature Studio. Meta confirmed it with a statement recently shared with Game Developer. According to that statement, we said last month that we were shifting some of our investment from Metaverse toward wearables. This is part of that effort, and we plan to reinvest the savings to support the growth of wearables this year. Aside from that, the company also announced that it will be laying off at least 10% of Reality Labs team, mostly around the Metaverse department as well. And projects such as Batman Arkham Shadow sequel and other VR games appear to have been cancelled or drastically scaled back. This leaves the future of VR games in quite an uncertain state, at least inside Meta. Without internal studios driving flagship titles, it will be harder to develop something distinct and recognizable. For me, it sounds like people in charge do not believe in VR anymore, or rather, believe that there are other, more lucrative opportunities with wearables and AI. However, the success in those areas may require a lot of investment, even though they all look very promising on paper. Whatever the case, I'm just sad that a lot of game development professionals lost their jobs, and I hope they'll find a place that values them more soon. Moving on to more positive things, one of the biggest games in the history of mobile gaming is about to get a surprise sequel with the announcement of Subway Surfer City, releasing on February 26 on both iOS and Android. Originally released in 2012, the game was co-developed by Kilo and Cybo Games, and it took the world by storm. Everybody was playing it. So it's not surprising that this monster managed to accumulate 4.5 billion downloads. And ever since the release, it has been a consistent mobile market performer. According to the official announcement, Subway Surfer City expands the journey into Subway City, with new gameplay mechanics and modes, handcrafted challenges, and stunning visuals. It seems like the developers are trying to redefine Subway Surfers from a seasonal runner into a mobile evergreen franchise with broader progression systems. This approach also aligns with other industry patterns, where mobile titles succeed by blending classical mechanics with progression loops that support long-term retention and monetization. So the launch is definitely going to be big, but the question is whether it will stick the same way that the original did. At some point we'll probably play Subway Surfer, right? So it's not surprising that this game got a sequel. I'm just wondering what took them so long. What do you think about this upcoming gem? Speaking of upcoming projects, it appears that Eidos Montreal is also working on a major project that has not been revealed yet. The project was spotted by an ex-user on a LinkedIn profile of a senior environment artist. According to the profile, this artist is working part-time on quote-unquote AAA unannounced game project on Unreal Engine 5. I guess AAA projects are a thing now, huh? And the story was sort of confirmed by Insider Gaming, which said that this is all connected to a mysterious project codename P11, which according to them is an open-world third-person action adventure, and also a new IP from Eidos that has been in development since around 2019, but had quite a rough time surviving multiple rounds of layoffs and enormous internal pressure. While the studio hasn't commented on this yet, it all points out that something big is going down. The main concern is whether we're actually going to see something with all that internal turbulence. I have no doubt in my mind that people at Eidos are capable and can deliver great games, like for example Guardians of the Galaxy and Deus Ex series. But for all the amazing projects, there are also cases like Marvel's Avengers that were a complete disaster despite all the hype around them when it was announced, which was sort of a personal tragedy to me as I was waiting for it for a long time, and was eventually quite disappointed beyond belief. With that said, I hope this P11 will be the one where developers turn over a new leaf, but we'll see. Also, quick thing, if you don't know who I am, my name is Alex, I'm a game producer and I'm here to help you get caught up on everything that's going on in the video game industry. And in the news of surprising returns, the creator of Blood Omen Legacy of Kain, which spawned a lot of sequels, is back with a new title, Deadhaus Sonata, a debut project from Apocalypse Studios formed in 2018 by the creator of the original, Denis Dyack. According to the official description, become the undead in a third-person narrative-driven action RPG where your choice shapes your legend and the world around you. Feed to grow stronger, embrace powerful classes, and carve your path alone or in co-op through a dark realm filled with secrets. Deadhaus Sonata is a new dark fantasy world shaped by psychological depth, interconnected lore, and player-driven consequence. Every choice leaves a mark on your character and the world around you, with sentient gear, persistent events, and outcomes shaped by time, place, and action. What do you think about this upcoming spiritual successor for Legacy of Kain? Moving on to more AI stories. More and more people in the game dev world are talking about the pros and cons of AI, and the most recent example is the director of Stellar Blade and CEO of ShiftUp. According to Automaton, the executive says that using AI will be a must-have for small studios that are trying to compete with big publishers and teams from the US and China. What he is saying is that smaller studios, like his, are typically devoting around 150 people to a single game, while China, quote-unquote, puts in between 1,000 to 2,000 people per project. It is simply an unfair battle in terms of quality and volume of content. And the answer is, you guessed it, AI. He argued that adopting it, despite somewhat popular opinion, will not result in people losing their jobs because they can be replaced, but will provide opportunities to compete with big studios. As he eloquently put it, one person can do the work of 100 by mastering AI. And I kind of agree, but with a small asterisk. AI is definitely a great tool to boost productivity as it excels at generating simple generic assets, helping with ideation or augmenting repetitive tasks. But it's not enough to fill in the competitive gaps between small and large studios without significant investment in talent, infrastructure, and workflows. If you think about it, it's like a super soldier serum from Captain America. It could amplify what you already have, but if what you already have is faulty, no AI is going to help you. At least that's what I think. What about you? What do you think about AI helping small studios to compete with big corporations? Speaking of AI and letting people go, Playtika, the mobile developer behind Bingo Blitz and World Series of Poker, announced mass layoffs to quote-unquote streamline teams powered by AI automation. According to Insider Gaming, the company is looking to let go around 15% of its staff, which is around 450 to 500 employees. The company's CEO said, of course, that the decision was not made lightly, but the company required a quote-unquote fundamental shift in how they operate, so they can invest in the future and remain a leader in a highly competitive mobile games market. And this is just one more example of how AI could shape the future of our industry, for better or worse. And I mean, I know that a lot of mobile-focused developers are struggling right now, but I'm not sure how AI is suddenly the answer to a publisher who works in a very crowded casual and slots mobile space. But that's just me. And to wrap things up, there are also new developments on the Ubisoft case with regard to the publisher closing one of its studios in Halifax over union busting allegations. After the studio was closed, CWA Canada investigated the case and decided to file a legal complaint with the Nova Scotia Labour Board. And according to Insider Gaming, during the first big meeting about this complaint, Ubisoft was very quote-unquote disappointing. Per the statement from CWA president, Ubisoft came to the table with nothing, no documentation providing financial distress, and no plan to find work at other Ubisoft operations or increase severance. It was frustrating. Their lack of preparation, along with the fact that they give no advance notice of closure, makes us question their intentions and their commitment to treating people fairly. With that, CWA continued demanding real information to get the answers and the compensation the people who let go of deserve. I wonder what kind of consequences the company would face if they were to find guilty of union busting in this case. And that's all I have for you today, guys. As usual, if you want to know more, all links are in the description. And of course, clicking the like button helps this channel and brings you more and more interesting news each week. Subscribe if you're new, as I put out new videos every week. Thank you for making it this far. Have a great rest of the day, and that's Alex signing off for now. Cheers!